What's up, guys? My name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity. And today we are reacting to the world's new second tallest skyscraper, Merdeka PNB118. We have obviously done, this is probably our fourth video.
Yeah, third or fourth.
Done on the PNB118. But this supposedly gives some different insight on the building. And it gives a much more up-to-date picture of it, I would imagine.
Yeah, I've actually, because we watched so many of these videos, we've actually got, so we went with a video that was suggested.
Yes, this video was suggested by Farid Mohsan. Thank you so much.
He's done several videos for us, I believe.
Yes.
But just in our YouTube, because we're probably like y'all, we don't watch a lot of TV. Most of the stuff we watch is YouTube.
Yeah.
And this thing keeps on popping up because we've watched so many other videos. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy because I feel like we've kind of been there to see it grow and kind of get to where it's at now. And now that they're talking about it being done by 2022, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Considering that it went through a pandemic.
Right. So 100%.
Super excited.
But I'm excited to hop into this. I want to see how far they've gotten, and I want to see some of the inside on this tower. So guys, before we hop in, if you would go ahead and give us a thumbs up, it truly helps us in getting this video out to more people. Also, if you would go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, that way you guys can stay informed on our future videos. And if you'd like to help support the channel even more and get an exclusive YouTube short shout out, click the join button down below. So,
and we like doing those are actually fun.
Yeah, they are. Also, I'm stopped up, so sorry if I sound funny. All right, let's check this out.
In South Asia, a massive tower is now on the brink of completion. A building which will dwarf every skyscraper, not just in Malaysia, but around the world. Today, we'll take a closer look at the new second tallest building in the world, the Merdeka PNB118 Tower. Before we move forward, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Top Luxury. Have you already visited a mega tall skyscraper? Let us know in the comments below. Kuala Lumpur, the capital city of Malaysia, is among one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the world. A growing hub for business, the city is also renowned for some of the world's tallest skyscrapers, including the famous Petronas Towers.
You know, in the U.S., obviously the U.S. really only concerns itself with itself and other like major concerns, but we don't ever learn about Malaysia or Indonesia or the Philippines, things like that, or Australia. I think it's pretty cool that a country that we never were really told about or knew anything about at one time had the tallest towers. It still has, it's the tallest twin towers now, right? But at one point, this was the tallest tower. And now they're about to have another second tallest tower. So it's cool that we know that now, but it's kind of weird that we had never heard about that, like in geography class or things like that.
Well, probably when I was going to geography class, this didn't exist.
Right.
And they have probably grown since I was in geography class or any type of classes like that. But to be fair, you're absolutely right. Most of the stuff that we learn about in school is Western Hemisphere. So we learn about Europe, and really most of the stuff we learn about is some of the wars and conflicts that we're part of. So, I mean, I'm only curious about what they're actually going over now.
Right.
Because I'm sure they're talking about like the Iraqi stuff and Afghanistan stuff. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
The Merdeka Tower is the latest addition to the city's incredible skyline, which will beat the Petronas Towers to become the tallest building in the country.
And it's so gorgeous.
The construction of the 644-meter-tall Merdeka Tower started in 2014, making it the tallest skyscraper under construction in South Asia today. Once completed, it will surpass the Shanghai Tower to become the second tallest building in the world.
That's pretty cool.
The tower is constructed on the most important heritage site in Malaysia. It will overlook the historic Stadium Merdeka, the site of the formal Declaration of Independence of Malaysia. In fact, some of the building's most prominent features are inspired by that historic event. The shape of the tower resembles the silhouette of Tunku Abdul Re when he raised his right hand and chanted the word Merdeka, meaning
That's dope. Have
That
we
is
been
very
told
cool.
that before?
I don't think we have. Yeah, that is super cool.
I had no idea. That's crazy
freedom,
awesome.
7 times from the top of the Merdeka Stadium.
So Merdeka means freedom.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain.
Well, that's what they just said.
The 144-meter-long spire at the top of the building resembles the Prime Minister's outstretched hand when he declared freedom for Malaysia.
That's
So,
dope.
the Merdeka Tower isn't just a symbol of Malaysia's bright future. It also represents the most important moment in the country's history. The tower is a part of the larger Merdeka118
Where it
mixed
started.
development project that will cost upwards of $1 billion. The construction of this
It's impressive on how cheap that is.
Yeah. I
Because
would've
the
thought it would've
Cowboy
been more
Stadium was
expensive.
$2 billion.
Right.
And I think the new stadium for in Atlanta or even LA, I mean, those are like $2 to $5 billion.
Yeah.
So to think that you can build one of the second tallest building in the world for a fraction of what a sports stadium costs
Right.
is impressive. So
It's
that's,
very impressive.
yeah, no, I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of making me wonder why we pay so much.
Yeah.
impressive skyscraper started steadily. The tower was over 42% complete by October 2019 and was well on its way to a timely completion by 2020. That was until the world was engulfed by the coronavirus pandemic. People remained confined to their homes for most of the year, and every industry in the country, including construction, was impacted in unprecedented ways. The Malaysian government issued a movement control order that required the Merdeka118 construction site to shut down. The construction was halted on March 18, 2020, when the tower had reached 111 floors. But any fears of lengthy delays were quickly dismissed as the work resumed on May 13, 2020. The work restarted
too
under
long.
strict guidelines, including temperature screening of workers and practicing social distancing on the construction site. In early August of 2020,
That would be hard. Like, hey man, I gotta put a screw in right there. Could you scoot over a couple of feet?
I am so curious on how those laser temperature things work.
How they work, yeah.
'Cause
I've
it-
always wondered too, like every time you go in like a doctor's office
Yeah.
now, that's what they use.
Yeah, they're like, bloop.
So
And
apparently
I'm
that's
like,
the most accurate.
I'm like, how though? Like how? My small pea brain cannot justify like you're this far away from the head and you see the laser pointing, but like,
What does the laser do?
yeah, like how is it reading the temperature? I'm sure somebody's like, these morons don't understand
The quantum physics of the
laser.
theoryopathy.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just like it's crazy to think that that's capable.
I want to I'm gonna type that down because I want to watch a video on that after we're done filming
Yeah.
everything.
And now
the
we'll
building's
know.
concrete core topped out at 118 floors, surpassing the Vincom landmark 81 as the tallest building in Southeast Asia. Work on the facade has
It's got
continued,
such a beautiful
reaching
silhouette,
level
though.
82 by October 2020. The building is owned by the country's biggest investment company, PNB, and according to the chairman, the tower
Peanut
is
butter.
60% complete, with work on the
PNB.
spire to be completed by the end of 2021. The surrounding infrastructure, which is also part of Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the development, will be completed by mid-2022. The skyscraper will feature 83 stories of premium office space, while the top 17 floors will be occupied by the Park Hyatt Luxury Hotel. The 4 top
Wow.
floors of the skyscraper will be used as an observation deck. At a height of 500 meters, it will be the highest observation deck in Southeast Asia. Visitors will be able to reach the observation deck in a
American
glass-paneled
Museum of
elevator attached to the side of the tower. The experience of reaching the top of the tower while enjoying the breathtaking views of the city is truly unique.
I will definitely want to stay in the hotel.
Yeah, that'd be dope. By the time we get to KL,
KL.
we should possibly be able to stay in the hotel there, maybe just one night.
Yeah.
What you throw down over there?
I dropped my spoon to my My Australian snacks I was playing with off
The
camera.
building's futuristic and symbolic design embraces the diverse culture of Kuala Lumpur. The dynamic and symbolic
Look how those elevators are going to be designed.
That's terrifying.
That is so
You know, it'd
cool.
be cool if it was a glass bottom on the elevator itself.
You know, it would be super like depressed. No, I'm not even going to get into it. Like if it was to malfunction and the elevator just like free fell, everybody could see it. That would suck.
Wow, Mr. Doom and
I
Gloom
know.
over here.
I wasn't going to say it. That's really cool. Like
If they
I
fall
like
to
stuff-
their death, of course.
no,
that's cool.
that's not what I'm saying. I like stuff like this. I love adrenaline, and that would definitely get it.
I
pumping.
wonder how fast. I forgot what building. I'm sure it was the Burj Khalifa that has the fastest elevator. I would assume because
Yeah.
of its size. I wonder how fast these will be.
Yeah.
It'd be terrifying.
design
I would hope they would be fast.
Yeah.
embraces the diverse culture of Kuala Lumpur. The diamond-shaped facets on the exterior of the building are derived from a traditional Malay songket pattern, celebrating the cultural diversity and traditional legacy of Malaysia. The rest of the building is covered in glass from top to bottom, giving it a magnificent crystalline shape. The mega-tall skyscraper will be connected to the Merdeka MRT station, which is currently undergoing refurbishment as part of the Merdeka 118 development. There's also a monorail station within walking distance of the building's
Monorail.
recreational park. This kind of easy access will give the residents of Kuala Lumpur a sense of belonging to the iconic landmark. In view of Malaysia's commitment to sustainable buildings,
cool.
the tower aspires to be a model for workplace safety
Same
and
from the side of that
sustainability.
building.
Yeah.
It will become the first building to secure 3 national and international green building certifications upon completion. One big question to answer for the people behind the project:
I still can't, like, every time I see the Petronas Towers lit up like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
in all honesty, the Petronas Towers might still be like the highlight of that city.
I mean, the Petronas Towers are some of the most beautiful buildings
And with those
I have ever
white
seen
lights,
in my life.
it makes it look like crystal.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a piece of jewelry.
Yeah, I hate to admit it. I think it's going to take a lot,
It depends on how they light up,
but I don't. I'm guessing if
but
they
it's because
even.
it's twin towers and they're just like...
Yeah, and the only the green building in downtown Dallas where the lights just go up the sides of it.
Yeah.
Like I have a feeling that's about all you can truly do
Right.
on that one. Now, like on the hotel, what's the hotel that's in downtown Dallas? The one that's all
The
lit up?
Omni Hotel?
The Omni, where it's kind of like a Vegas style light up. Like all the windows are covered in LEDs. And
So... But you can still see through the windows.
yeah, no, it doesn't affect you.
Right. That would be really cool.
I just don't see it happening on that because I think it'd be too distracting. Like it's like I think Vegas is like one of the only places you would truthfully make sense to do something like that.
Right.
But that one I could see like like I say LEDs, but lights going up.
RGB, stuff like that.
You're stupid. You stupid.
QL5,
You don't know what LEDs are?
LED.
Light emitting diodes.
The Petronas Towers are gorgeous.
Nerd.
is who will occupy the second tallest skyscraper in the world. Given the current global pandemic and economic situation, there are challenging times ahead in a dwindling property market. The president of PNB claims that the company is in advanced negotiations with potential tenants and will continue to actively seek more property investors. While there's a lot of excitement surrounding the imminent opening of the tower, the project has also attracted some scathing criticism. Many in opposition have called it a waste of resources and called on the government to turn its attention to healthcare and the raging water crisis. The opposition to the project was led by Malaysia's former Prime Minister, Mahathir Mohamad, who himself had presided over mega projects like the Petronas Towers and the Telecom Tower during his tenure. He believes that there's already an excess of office space in the city, and the resources used for the tower could have been better spent somewhere else.
I
However,
don't disagree
former
with
Prime
that.
Minister NAJIB
I don't
RAZAK
either.
But I also
rejected the
don't live
criticism
there, so
and
I
claimed
can't
that the project will generate great economic
Really give an
opportunities.
opinion.
I just think that with that many more people being in the city center to be working, I think it brings
It's going to bring more jobs.
and it brings more money into
Right.
it. It's kind of like, so like I keep on going back to the Dallas Cowboys, the stadium. I'm not a Cowboys fan. Not that any of y'all care, because I'm sure there's like 10 people that are NFL fans in Asia. But the stadium could have been built in downtown Dallas, which would make a lot more sense because they are the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
But they're actually located
In
Arlington, about 30 minutes southeast of Dallas. And even before that, it was in Irving.
Right.
But the majority was put on the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, which is Jerry Jones, and I think roughly like half of about $1 billion, maybe a little bit less, because they went over cost.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say about $1 billion was left to the taxpayers, and the people of Arlington were like, "Yeah, absolutely, we'll pay." And the way that the taxes work on that kind of stuff, it's like the taxes don't go up for like the residents.
Right, but like people going to stay at a
hotel taxes,
restaurants, and
things like those are where the taxes really come out. And like obviously it's set up for like a 10-year tax return,
right,
to make the money back. So if they were able to do something like that, because I would be more for having like nicer amenities in my city if that's how they do it to justify it. So I see that's such a big city that they could do that.
Right. I'm hoping that's what they're doing with this across the street. They're building this huge resort across the street from our complex.
Yeah.
He claimed that the tower is economically viable and will break even within 10 years.
That we don't have to pay the taxes.
He is confident that this magnificent skyscraper will project Malaysia as a modern and developed nation. The Merdeka Tower has been called a catalyst for change, a beacon of hope, and a great change in the history of Malaysia. Despite the criticism, there's no arguing that this skyscraper is set to become a global icon. It has the power to usher in an era of modernization and progress in an already booming Malaysian economy. What are your thoughts on
I'm very curious as to why this is blurred out.
What are your thoughts on the Merdeka Tower?
What is this building, and why is that blurred out?
Yeah, let us know down in the comments.
What are your thoughts on the Merdeka Tower? Are you excited about its completion? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video.
So my main issue I think it's awesome. I'm all for it. If it was built here, I'd be all for it. As long as it made sense. Like, as long as we didn't have to pay out of our personal taxes. Yeah. If it was done like how they did the Cowboy Stadium. However, I think it's such a challenge to play that game of trying to be the biggest.
It's a challenge to be the biggest, but it's also a challenge to please everybody where, like, should I spend my money on... This keeps coming down. Should I spend my money on infrastructure and things of that nature, or should I spend my money on cleaning up the oceans and nature reserves and things like that? Because you build something like this tower and it's going to generate more money, which then can be dispersed into those kind of things.
Like, but the question is, how much does this impact the area? And I'm sure they have somebody that's doing the math for that to justify it for the investor side of things.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, I mean, even if there's a sole owner of it, he's probably got investors in it. In fact, they're looking for people to move in.
Yeah, they're already looking for tenants and more investors.
Yeah, and that's basically an investor.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, could that money be... Like, I mean, it's literally just has to do with, is it worth it at the end? I think it's beautiful. I'd be all for it. But the challenge of trying to constantly be the tallest building or the second tallest building, because I watched a video where there's like 10 buildings that are coming up to be built that will put the Merdeka at like number 8.
Yeah.
Just like instantly.
So I don't think any of them are in the U.S., right?
No, because I think that's a developing thing.
Yeah.
Like, we used to do that, and then we've kind of stopped. And now there's one in New York that they're talking about. Mm-hmm. And that's just because...
Is there room in New York to build?
That's the thing. It's like, it's an apartment complex. Uh-huh. But it starts on one plot of land, and because they're dealing with so many people moving in.
Yeah.
It actually... So there's a building here, So there's a building here, a building here. This would be the new building, and then it would go up and over the building that's in the middle. So it basically it's a loophole for building requirements,
Right.
or because they're just struggling on housing, and housing has gotten so expensive in New York that this is kind of their way of adding more homes that can kind of bring it down just a little bit.
I don't know. What do you guys think about the PNB118?
I'm all for it. I think it's dope.
Yeah, I mean,
But we don't live there, so we can't have our true opinion.
right. But like you said, and I agree, if it was being built across the street here,
Yeah,
I'd be down for it.
yeah, I think it would be dope as hell.
Like,
But at the
they're
same
looking
time,
for tenants. I'd be down to
yeah.
get an office
Hey, I'll
space
tell you
there.
what. If they can get us in there for $500 for 4 apartments, we'll be on the way over there right now.
500 for 4 apartments.
Yeah, so I can get one for Tanya. You can get one. I can get one.
500 each.
No, total.
That's not gonna happen.
No, trust me, I'm fully aware. No, but if it's anything like the
Petronas Towers.
no, the tallest, the
Burj.
Burj Khalifa.
Uh-huh.
It's been built for quite a while, and there's still only I think I've read multiple things. I don't know which one's accurate. I've read where there's only 60% occupied,
Right.
and they're basically slashing prices just to get people.
How occupied is the Petronas Towers?
I bet you that thing's fully occupied.
I'm sure it is, but if you know, is it fully
That's the
occupied?
other question. Is there enough to occupy it?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
But I'm sure
If
they
the
would.
Petronas Towers is occupied.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let us know if you know. Obviously, we have no clue. We're just talking and just guessing here. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like button. If you want to see our future videos, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. And if you want to support us directly, hit the join button. And with that being said,
My name is Miles.
my name is Fez.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Out.